Uh-oh, that's not good. No weed in the morning is
Here we
no
go.
good.
Yeah, that's bad day. Hit your resin. Here we go. Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
That's right, Wake and Bake America. Shout out to Manitou Springs, tuning this morning, Pueblo, Colorado. We got Peterson Air Force Base, Fort Carson in the building. We got listeners all the way out in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, checking us out this morning. We got our homies over in Chino, California, checking us out. Our homies all the way up in Wyoming, checking us out. All right, say, yeah, we worldwide, Greg. Ask your mom about it. We got our homies over in the United Kingdom checking us out this morning. How y'all doing over there?
How you doing? How's your mama?
Excuse me. And of course, we got the Bronx in the building this morning. They want to shout out. What up, BX Bronx?
New York in the house. Sorry.
So,
I love that song.
right. Now, let's do this. Let's get into a couple things. First off, I got a turf traffic alert for you. Vehicle fire reported at the 1100 block of Academy Park Loop. Avoid the area.
Yeah.
I know exactly where that is, actually.
Crazy.
That's the street that was behind the restaurant I used to work at. Yep. And I bet, I'm worried that it might be that couple that lives in their van.
Yeah.
Back there, yeah. Like
the
that.
homeless couple.
Yeah, the homeless couple. Yikes. Oh. So.
Heartbreaking.
Right. Let's get into it, though. It's time for the Midweek Cannabis Report. That's right.
Da-da-da-da.
Dun, da, da, da. Now, what can we tell you what's going on in the things around the world? Easy. Well, first off, I want to tell you that experts predict that 2019 will be a huge year for cannabis. But, I got a but. Like right here, I'm shaking it. Hey, no, but seriously, I got a but in there that I want to throw in there about it. First off, I want to explain to you guys that hemp, more importantly, now the government's open, is set to make a huge impact this year. And even Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Kentucky Republican, managed to find it in his heart to include hemp legalization in the hemp bill for 2018. And it passed, of course. So, that's probably going to be big, right?
Yeah.
Well, some people think that prohibition will never be over. I'm one of them. I'm starting to wonder if we're ever going to win this fight. There's always just that one old dude in a suit that knows nothing. Nothing, Mitch. You know nothing, Mitch. Anyway, sorry. Mitch McConnell. No Mitch McConnell 2020. Come on, guys. Pull your heads out. It's time. Let's do this, though. So, I don't have any doubt that that'll be great for them. That'll be great for the CBD industry. I think that there's a lot of people speaking very forward about cannabis that are very savvy folks in politics, like CEOs, some scientists, political activists, financial analysts, and of course people who have been growing illegally for decades are coming out of the woodworks and saying, "Listen, this isn't as bad as you think it is, man." Now, I don't know that Congress will take a full enactment against cannabis prohibition, but what I do see is things like the States Act that was put together by Elizabeth Warren and our Republican senator from Colorado, Cory Gardner, and that would give states laws, marijuana law protection from federal consequences. I sure hope that goes into effect because William Barr put out a letter that says that it's open season on cannabis in cannabis states as soon as he's the attorney general.
Right.
Now, I want to explain something to you guys. When I tell you elections have consequences, you all look at me with that starry-eyed look of a lost little lamb about to be slaughtered because you don't understand that elections have consequences. Voting for someone because you think he's fun or because you think he's just, hey, he's a D-bag to the people I hate, so I love him. Just remember, elections have consequences.
Right.
So, meanwhile, while we have no support for the end of prohibition from the White House, by the way, the president, it continues to appoint his law dogs, his law mutts, who are undoubtedly going to enact action against cannabis. So, meanwhile, while I read article after article from places like the Rolling Stones and Leadfly and High Times and the next one and the next one and the next one, well, where's your reporting on Barr's letter saying that cannabis is a no-go with him? Where's your reporting on that? Where's your good justice to the people to show that the president keeps appointing law dogs against cannabis? Where's that at? Where is that at? That's the real question. So I do see CBD making a huge impact because of the hemp farm bill. Because that in itself would equivalent.
Unless he shuts down the
Well, no, check
government
this out.
again.
The farm bill is a federal thing, so it would enact the ability to prevent Barr from going after hemp growers. That isn't going to do anything for cannabis growers, though.
I'm just
So-
saying though, if he shuts down the dang government again, we won't have any.
Our one,
Progression.
check this out though. Our one hope or light in sight is that Jared Polis enacts an executive order as governor that makes it a crime to go after cannabis in the state of Colorado. Therefore, we would be able to arrest federal agents who come into this state and do anything against cannabis.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be very wise of our great governor, Mr. Polis, to do that, is to make it a literally a state crime, felony, to enforce marijuana laws that are not Colorado marijuana laws. Therefore, making it illegal to enforce federal law here. Now, I don't even know if you can do that. I'm not going to lie. But I'm saying you should try.
Yeah.
I mean, the president said that you could do anything he wanted. Why can't our governor do anything he wants in this state? I mean, we gave him that power by electing him.
True.
And by a super duper margin. That tells you how bad the other guy was. But anyway, experts predict that there will be a huge growth in the types of cannabis products available. They say that there'll be a huge growth in more edibles and more consumables as the market grows for that, right? Because right now, what we see in the market is we see a huge opportunity for food because not everybody wants to literally smoke cannabis. I think there's still some taboo to that, and I think that's a problem. But I think this will help solve some of those problems. So those people that aren't as inept to, like my grandfather's never going to put a joint to his lips, but I bet I could get him to eat a brownie. You know what I mean? Like, just being honest. So also the last thing that they say that's going to change before we go to break here is the racial disparity in cannabis ownership. I don't foresee that happening at all. I actually agree with the experts that say that that the thing that lacks is